Hi, Srivali.
Hi, Shanti.
So today let us go to this JD, Generative AI Consultant, to discuss the JD requirements. So must-have skills are 5 years Python development,
Mm.
uh, 3+ years cloud services. It means multi-cloud is mandatory. Proven development experience with Gen AI skills. So you need to note down this point in your case. Okay, yours is a proven development skills. Basically,
Yeah.
you have done demos, solution demos, and POCs also. Okay, Node.js, GitLab, CI/CD is there. Then QA approaches and solutions, RAG, GPT solution, and story estimation. RAG architecture is meant for optimizing the models, right? We discussed one day about
Yeah,
that.
have to RAG, we need to do something. Ante
Yes,
RAG,
we'll
yeah,
take some sample and we'll discuss that topic separately. You can note on the agenda items
yeah.
under that. Okay, so AI related tools, spec GPT. So you need to note on the also this one also. Okay, so national NLP, machine learning, AI generated content development. Obviously, you are working with the NLP tools. One is translator and another one is speech conversion, right?
Mm.
Uh, then language models, LangChain, vector database, cloud AI services to architect AI solutions. AWS SageMaker, GCP AI platform, Azure ML. So you know about this terminology, this jargon. We keep
Mm.
getting LangChain and
Yeah,
vector database. So you
yeah,
note down these points also agenda. I think we noted down on the discussion points, right?
yeah. So
So
we have already noted down. So, but
yes,
what we discussed last time was LangChain and vector database. I need to learn. I
yeah,
mean,
you
I
note
need to
down that.
do.
We'll talk that offline. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
So integration of LLMs. So
Mm.
so far you have integrated. You have designed, in fact, form designer.
Integration,
Now you are
yeah.
going to
Integration into an
yes,
application, right? Yeah.
yes. Integration need to be done with LLMs. Okay.
Yeah.
Those all are called LLMs. Only what you are doing, app
Yeah.
design, such kind of things.
Yeah.
Expertise in prompt engineering agents frameworks and retrieval augmented generation. So expertise
Mm.
prompt engineering, you have been working on multi tools, not only chat GPT. Okay, you are
Mm-hmm.
writing very good prompts, you are getting right solutions, and implementing it with a little debugging of the code. Okay,
Yeah.
then open source modeling frameworks, TensorFlow, Keras, Python, SockIT. This is another tool you need to note down in our agenda of the discussion. Then Keras also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then product model management. So what is model management? Model is nothing but your machine learning framework, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your how what is the management here? Model management means once you design one model, let us say we worked for e-commerce data preparation, and later on there are some set of tasks, right? We planned it, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
MLA, right? What are
Yeah.
the tasks? What are the tasks? Can you tell me?
For the tasks are currently we are discussing sentiment analysis part of it.
Ah,
And under sentiment analysis, we got the data, we got the sample data, and we are working on pre-processing of the data. So data
hmm,
pre-processing means we want to add a column for customer ticket description.
hmm,
So customer ticket description, we have to generate that. For generating that, we are trying to do tokenization and then later trying to do embeddings uh,
hmm,
based on an existing column, and the existing column is customer feedback column.
hmm.
So that's what we discussed. That's what we are planning to do.
Right, but here there are 6 activities we discussed as per the document we prepared it. First
Yeah,
one is data collection. We have done
yeah,
it already. Then we are
yeah.
doing a data pre-processing. Pre-processing is
Mm.
correcting some of the fields and fine-tuning the data. Then there is a major
Yes.
topic with feature engineering is there.
Yeah, feature engineering is that. Yeah.
This is part of
Feature
the
engineering.
sentiment analysis, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, data collection, data pre-processing is common for every activity of the ML practice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
feature engineering is related with sentiment analysis. So because we need to collect the sentimented words in the feedback of the customer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then we are going to write some description through the tools like Hugging Face or some other tools. Then we
Yeah.
are going to work with model development. So the same thing we are going to develop as a model. Then next
Hmm.
one is we are going to fine tuning the model, then integrating it. During
Hmm.
fine tuning, this is the activity it comes model management.
Yeah. Fine tuning of the model. Yeah.
See, you have a software, you release it to
Yeah.
production. Users are using, take
Yeah.
some e-commerce module. Then you
Yeah.
need to maintain the software, right?
Yeah.
The same way you need to maintain the model, ML model. That is the product model management, right? It is a
Yeah.
cyclic process, like what we have IT life cycle in the support systems, right? So
Hmm.
a true passion for AI. So basically, yes, we need to keep on working only AI related, either ML or generative AI areas. Okay.
Hmm.
So we have been planning, we have been doing that. Relevant training and or certification in corporate computer science AI or related field. Obviously, we are working on the certification exams also. Okay. Then responsibilities: design and deliver cutting edge AI systems to solve some of our clients' most challenging business problems. See, 3 weeks back we discussed one requirement. One client has got multiple documents, books or documents. He
Hmm.
wanted to translate them into different languages. For that, he
Hmm.
needs some kind of expertise to give the solutions and to give the app. For that, what you are doing now, you are working already in the POC to design particular app which can
Hmm.
take input of the English version document and converting that into different language version document which can come as
Yeah.
output of the PDF file. In that, it can be German, it can be French, it can be Hindi, any other Indian language also. That is the application you are designing it. That is the
Hmm.
cutting edge AI system you are developing, and it is going to help to solve the customer problems,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then software development utilizing Gen AI tools. Yes, we are using Gen AI tools like Form Designer. We have worked with Python development. We have worked with other JSON development also. Yes, it is part of software development when we design the apps for Gen AI
Hmm.
tools, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? Then
Yeah.
developing, testing, and refining AI generated test prompts. So obviously, you know very well where all you worked for these things.
Developing, testing, and refining AI generated text prompts. So I've used this in ChatGPT.
Hmm.
Uh,
For what purpose?
for getting uh, for getting information related to the services, cognitive
Hmm.
services.
Hmm.
So it could be solution design documents, or it could be getting instructions on how to implement like a cognitive service, and
Hmm.
how to test a cognitive service. So those
Hmm.
kind of instructions, even Azure, when I was doing uh, IAC, I was using
Hmm.
ChatGPT.
Okay. Can you tell me what is refining AI generated text prompts?
Refining AI generated text prompts means, so you give a prompt first and then you get the output, and that output is not exactly aligned with your expectations. Then you refine your
Hmm.
prompt. You
Okay.
refine and you be specific you get more
Hmm.
and more specific to what you need. So that is what
Hmm.
is refining a prompt.
Are you going to use the IAC code directly with your environment when you wrote the refined prompts
Yeah.
directly? Did you use or you changed the code?
You may have to change a little bit here and there. For example, variable names you may have to change based on what your requirement is, and something that matches your current application. variables, and also sometimes, so for me, what happened was when I was trying to do IAC code, SSH was not working. So I had to change a little bit to, access the, for example, virtual machine, accessing the virtual machine with the admin credentials instead of SSH. So those kind of little tweaks will be there, but on a high level, the code it can be used.
Okay, there is a debugging activity also. Once you debug it, you will get
Yeah,
errors. You will be refining the prompts also. You will be
of
asking
course.
again to
Yeah.
modify that. That is
Yeah,
also
it has
common.
to
It
be
means
iterative. Yeah, it has to be
yes, yes,
iteratively
iterative
working
cycle, right? Yeah.
with ChatGPT or yeah.
So by now you are well versed with AI prompt engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, collaborating with content, product, and data teams to align prompts with company goals and user needs. Can you explain what is this?
Content,
As per your
product,
understanding.
and data teams. So for example, if you're working with an ML model, you need the
Hmm.
data. So that is the data
Hmm.
team. So that the data team's responsibility is to provide you with the data that needs to be used for working with the ML model.
Hmm.
So you need to be able to work with them. So there are multiple teams. Basically, it's the multiple teams you need to collaborate with. It's the content team. Content means, for example, you have documents
Hmm.
that you're using for the as an input to your ML model. So
Hmm.
that's the content, okay? And the product is the product team which is building the final product. For example, they're building a React application that has some functionality, but part of that functionality is to convert like a text to speech.
Hmm.
For example, they are implementing accessibility application for blind people, and that's,
Hmm.
let's say, that's the end product. So that's the
Hmm.
product team that takes care of that end product. So you need
Hmm.
to collaborate with that product team to make sure the cognitive service they are using as one of the features is working as per their design.
Okay. Here, uh, let us say if you are working for multiple departments,
Yeah.
if they want you to develop the prompts, what are the inputs you need as a prompt engineer?
What are the inputs I need as a prompt engineer means
There is a development team, there is a
mm,
testing team,
mm,
there is ops
mm,
team, there are
mm,
users. These are the teams,
mm.
typical teams in the software development life cycle you will have.
Yeah.
Now, uh, let us take users' perspective.
Yeah.
Users need some guidelines.
Mm. So that is the for manuals. You can develop manuals and detailed description documents of the product. So those can be, you can prompt tools like ChatGPT or Merlin. So you can just give your functional specification. You can give the functional specification of your application and ask the ChatGPT or those kind of tools to generate the designed or usage manuals.
Okay, okay. So it means from different teams you'll have to get different inputs. Depends on their function,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah.
Now, continuously improving code quality, performance, and overall AI prompt generation process. Can you explain this understanding?
Continuously improving code quality, performance, and overall AI prompt generation process. So obviously, when you refine your prompt, there will be multiple cycles that get spent.
Hmm.
So prompt generation process, how you can refine a prompt and generate the correct prompt, that process needs to be improvised. And
Hmm.
there is probably, so from what I know in prompt engineering, you can follow a particular syntax kind of a thing to
Hmm.
give the prompt. So that syntax could include, starting with, you can have a template of the prompt. So you can create different templates based on different teams' needs, or you can say different needs. So that template
Hmm.
prompt, for example, one of the template prompt is, you can first give your role, who you are,
Hmm.
or who
Hmm.
you want the chat GPT to be. For example,
Hmm.
imagine you are a product manager. Imagine you are a product manager. So you are setting the context there, or you're setting the role there. And
Hmm.
then you say you have a requirement to do this. That is, then you are specifying you have what the requirement is. And then you can specify what actually you need. You first describe what the requirement is, and then you can tell them what you actually require. And then
Hmm.
you can tell them, like, provide more examples of this. And then, so, there is a way you can, in a particular design, you can design your prompt in a template manner.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
that's
Next.
one way of
Yeah.
improvising the prompt generation process. The
Fine, fine, good.
performance and code quality, improving the performance and code. That, for any application, code quality improvement is a continuous process at any organization. You need
Hmm.
to keep refactoring the code. You need to keep refactoring the code for achieving optimal solutions for your requirement using code. So that is a continuous process. And of course,
Okay.
performance,
Now
yeah,
let us move to next sentence.
yeah.
Conducting research on natural language processing and machine learning techniques to enhance prompt generation. What is the scenario we can consider here with
Okay,
your experience?
conducting research on natural language processing and machine learning techniques to enhance prompt engineering. Basically, we are trying to, basically, the requirement here is to enhance prompt generation. Techniques for finding out techniques to enhance prompt generation, right? So, so research on natural language processing and machine learning techniques. So natural language processing is a machine learning model. NLP
Hmm.
is a machine learning model used, which is a basis for LLMs.
Hmm.
So large language models, and also speech also comes under NLP, I think. Speech services. So basically, large language models means it's the text generation. So you
Hmm.
prompt the tool like ChatGPT or Merlin to generate
Hmm.
some kind of text, or you ask, whether it's asking a question or asking it to generate something. It's basically, the output is to give you large pieces of text. So this is enhancing prompt generation, means you basically, same thing that we discussed about, to have a optimal prompt, to
Okay.
be capable of generating optimal prompts, so that easily you get the uh,
Okay.
text output.
Next one also, it is the same as above.
Yeah,
Analyzing user feedback and data to identify areas for improvement in prompt quality and performance. That is already discussed it. You explained it.
yeah,
Now, developing and maintaining documentation across the software development lifecycle. Basically, if you are working with user, the documentation is different. If you are working with developers, it is different. If you are working with QA testers, it is different. Their
mm,
requirement is different. Depends on the requirement, the prompts need to be developed, and you need to test it and give it to them. Then they can execute the prompts basically. Okay. Then
yeah.
staying up to date with the latest advancements in AI and natural language processing. So when you say this topic, how can you
Mm.
correlate?
Okay, staying up to
Staying up
date with
to
the
date with the
latest.
latest advancements in AI, natural language processing.
Okay, staying up to date with the latest advancements in and yeah. So, for example, ChatGPT. So, OpenAI is one of the implementations for NLP,
Hmm.
large language models. So,
Right,
OpenAI has implemented GPT. OpenAI is implemented based on GPT 3.5 and based on GPT 4.0. So GPT 3.5 was the earlier version, and GPT 3.0 was the basic version.
right.
So
So
staying up
that
to
is the
date with the,
updates you need to have with the.
Yeah.
AI tools
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Okay, next, deliver production grade mature AI ML solutions for our clients at scale, built in with automated repeatable process. There are different tasks involved in this. Can you split them and explain it?
Okay. So deliver production grade mature AI ML solutions for our clients at scale, build with automated repeatable processes. Okay. So
Take
um,
some scenario in
yeah, for
your scope of
example,
work done so far.
yeah. So for example, um mature AI ML solutions means there are so in terms of maturity of AI ML solutions, every day a new model is generated. Every day, tons and tons of new models people are coming up with. So when you say so AI ML itself is maturing day by day. So for implementing the latest technology for your client, obviously latest technology is an improvement over the previous technology.
That is
So let's
technology
say,
part. That is
yeah,
one area. Technology part you are learning and proving it.
yeah,
But here they are asking the solutions. You might have given a old solution, one solution. Let us say you
mm,
have created one chatbot
mm,
for particular purpose. The
yeah,
same chatbot can be enhanced with different features or additional features also.
mm,
Then you need to scale up that. Scalability is common in generative AI, whatever services you are building them as app also. Now let
mm,
us say we discussed about form designer. If you
mm,
design app for that, the app will have to scan particular options only. But there are
mm,
more options also in the form designer. Keep on implementing them and upgrading the application to scale up the business requirement usage.
mm, mm,
You take this sentiment analysis itself. For sentiment
mm,
analysis, we have collected some data related to feedback. Then
yeah,
there can be some other thing. The same, you are taking direct client feedback, but there are products you are posting in the social media. You
mm-hmm,
need to take the comments also. What the audiences are commenting against to
mm,
that particular posting,
yeah,
those also can be conducted under this sentiment analysis. You know that we discussed it, right?
yeah, yeah,
The function of the sentiment analysis in ML, machine learning.
mm, yeah,
So, in the current application, you have designed to analyze the data received from feedback from the customers, which
mm,
you are taking that as a ticket. Then another
mm,
feedback you are taking from the social media when you post particular item, new item. Then there are different comments they have written it. Then you need to extract that, take that also as a file, Excel file or whatever
mm,
data format. Then you need
mm,
to analyze that also for sentiment. That is another way of data resource, right?
mm,
Then after analyzing that, that also you are going to put it as a ticket,
mm,
even though it is not a customer ticket, but we can create as a ticket also to analyze our sentiment analysis data,
mm,
right?
mm,
So you are scaling up that way incrementally your solutions.
mm,
There can be other things also. Some people will give in WhatsApp the message. Those also you can extract it. And SMS also you can extract it. So there are so many ways people can ping us and try to ask some questions or some feedback also.
mm,
All those incrementally you can keep on implementing phase by phase in the sentiment
mm,
analysis as a overall process. Okay.
yeah,
How the media is analyzing immediately and coming up with some kind of dashboards for anything. It need not be
mm,
dashboard. They can get the clear picture about that particular posting also in the social media,
mm,
right? There are so
mm,
many people they post it. Some postings they make with big galata because there is a negative feedback coming up for that postings. then
mm,
media is going to catch up that. How they are going to catch up? By using this kind of sentiment analysis tools only.
mm.
You're getting?
Yeah.
So that we need to do in a scaling manner, phase by phase. At the same time, it need to be automated. It in the beginning, you can do manual setup to understand the process. Then later on, you need to automate it with IAC.
Mm.
You got it? So that is the
Yeah.
outcome of the role generated by a consultant, basically. See, on
Mm,
top, from top onwards, if you see the responsibilities, they discuss about awareness of the generative AI tools. They discuss it about you should be savvy in writing the AI prompts. Okay, then you
mm.
need to upgrade them also. You need to help to the supporting teams also. Then you need to
Yeah.
develop the documentation with that also. You're responsible to do that. Then
Mm,
you're supposed to build the solutions which can be scaled up to different aspects, depends on the business scenarios, and it need to
mm,
be automated. It you need to automation means if you design in the form of app, it is an automated system only. You click
mm,
on the app, it will ask input, then it will give output. It means
mm.
in between input and output, there is a processor which is automated,
Yeah.
which you are
Yeah, that
going to
is
scan the
true.
receipt. It, yeah,
Yeah.
it can be scanning receipt, or it can be you give one URL, let us say one post URL from Twitter
Mm,
in a tool,
mm,
generative AI application, sentiment
mm,
analysis application. Then it is going to bring up the data into the dashboard. For this post, the positive feedback numbers are 20. Negative feedback are hundreds. The neutral feedback is 50. It will show the
mm,
dashboard in the app.
mm.
That way, we are going to design the apps in overall live, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then also it could also means implementing OpenAI services API, which you can use for automating prompt engineering. Even you can have an
Yeah.
app
Yes.
that
Yes.
implements the OpenAI API, and you can keep changing which can just like ChatGPT is implemented, you can have your own app, and you can have your custom prompt templates.
Let us say in Twitter somebody posted it.
Yeah,
There is a bad comment.
yeah.
The against to the bad comment, positive feedback can be written by the AI tool itself. It can post back.
Mm,
That is automated, right? That process.
yeah.
That level they are expecting. Okay.
Mm, mm,
So
mm,
now take ownership of and drive key architecture decisions around the AML lifecycle, build, test, deploy, and monitor. These are the activities, typical activities. But here, drive key architecture decisions. If they are working with traditional ML, incrementally you need to transform them into ML systems, cloud
yeah.
ML systems. It can be any cloud. Okay. Then alternatively, you need to transform incrementally, phase by phased manner into generative AI services also. But when you develop into generative AI services, some of the generative AI services can be built for app purpose, depends on the requirement. That
Mm,
you need to analyze it, and decisions need to be made with collaboration teams.
mm,
Okay, then utilize best of breed practices, tools, and cloud solutions. So the overall experience it shows here what are the best practices you can use it to implement the above activities or practices, and what are the tools you can use it, and cloud solutions also, right? So
mm.
this is
Yeah,
the main role responsibilities. Okay,
yeah.
the all these are converted into that role responsibilities. Now required skills
Mm,
are 4+ years of experience in Python development of services and or application where Python was used at the core programming. 3+ years of professional experience and cloud technologies. Okay. Proven work experience as a software developer with Gen AI skills. Yes, obviously. See, he is not asking Gen AI 10 years or 3 years or 1 year because Gen AI has
mm,
come just few months back only into the
mm,
picture.
mm,
So he is asking work experience. Some work you have done it. Okay.
mm,
So software development experience, Node.js development, GitLab, CI/CD, as well as QA approaches. So it means you are going to do ML also. Okay, deployment purpose. There you need to do that. Then experience with document parsing into RAG GPT solutions and story estimation. So this is there as a part of the RAG architecture design. Hands-on experience with AI-related tools such as Spec GPT. Okay, then
mm,
comprehensive understanding of natural NLP, machine learning, and AI generated. See, same thing. Must-have skills are repeated here.
mm,
If you see, all of these are a repeated process of must-have. If you see the beginning, see all
mm,
these are maybe additionally he has given it some points. Okay,
mm,
so overall scope we know what they are expecting in this. Now
mm,
our client is looking for a technical expert with experience in building AI models with Azure AI. The role would
mm,
involve leading and guiding the project, setting up and training the model, and ensuring successful outcomes. So the candidate should be capable enough to train the internal team also to make them aware how to work with this kind of tasks or activities. The ideal
mm,
candidate would have a stronger expertise in Microsoft Azure, including full stack data and DevOps experience. They would be responsible for understanding the steps involved in building the model, establishing the necessary components, and providing expertise in AI model. Okay, AI model building. The candidate should also have experience in setting up guardrails and policies for AI usage. Obviously, do's and don'ts need to be developed by generative AI consultant. Okay,
mm,
so that is these are the important things. Okay, for this
mm.
role. Now let us do one thing. We'll give a break for this. So we'll stop.